hurt myself.
So you crashed, basically.
Yes.
You crashed.
Yes.
And you were very lucky that you didn't crash with another vehicle.
Yep.
And you didn't hit anything
Yep.
hard,
Yep.
apart from, of course, the road.
Myself.
And, using yourself as a skimming stone across the road.
Yeah, but I had all my bike gear on.
Welcome to the Upside Down Fork YouTube channel.
I really hope you're not going to start it that way.
What would you like to say to the people of the world?
Are you on some sort of like wellness podcast?
Take 487.
We're here to discuss married life.
This is definitely all going in. That's what the people want to see. I can't remember his name, the commenter, who was just like, all I want to see is you and your wife arguing. That's all I want.
Yeah, anyway, it's not what we're talking about.
Reflecting on that, yeah. Very good. Wow, this is great therapy, and we don't even have to pay for the therapist. This is a cheap therapist.
So, the reason that we fast-tracked getting an electric car, because we thought we were like a year off, possibly even 2 from being able to afford one. And we had to change that. It's all my fault.
Yes. We got an electric car for you.
Yeah.
Really.
Thanks. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
The problem is I kept, you spent years trying to persuade me to get this big family car, and I finally agreed, and then I've loved it forever.
What?
I mean, it's ugly, but it's been so practical, really good for having 3 kids, all the things that we do with them. And the problem that I was having is finding a car that fit all of us in again. And what I realised is we weren't going to get that. We didn't need that. And I just had to accept it. And so what we were looking for didn't exist, but what we needed did. So that's where we were at. And we just spent so long trying out, I feel like we spent so long trying out cars, going to showrooms, taking the kids with us. You'd go with them and you'd be like, this is the one I want. You got to come try it. And then I'd be like, no. Yeah. And some of the ones we tried, I was just like, oh, they're so...
Yeah, so what was your favourite one that we tried? Which one of the actual test drives or cars we just poked around in the showroom that that wouldn't be your favourite because
it was the EV9.
Oh, that's true.
That was my favourite, but that's unrealistic. We don't have that kind of money.
That's true. You wanted the EV9. It was just
I'm
ridiculous.
I'm the girl that thinks I can have it all.
Yeah, crazy, well over the top. But anyway, so what was your least favourite? Which one was your least favourite? That's probably going to be the...
I think it was probably the first one that we tried out, because that was the Kona, the new style. And whilst...
That was your least favourite, was it?
Well, which did you think was my least favourite?
Tesla Model Y that made you sick.
Yes, the first Tesla Model Y that we drove. Oh my goodness, I don't know what you were doing, but you were just like, let's see if we can kill this car. I don't know what you were doing. You got in it and you were like, let's drive down this road really fast. And I was like, G-force, stomach went up to my brain. My brain went, oh, I'm going to throw up.
You're blaming it on me like you've never been in a fast car before.
I've been in fast cars and I've been in cars with you driving.
We've had much faster cars than the Tesla.
Yeah, but that one just made me sick. You're right. It wasn't about the fast driving. I don't know what you were doing.
I don't know.
It's the car. It was the car.
20-inch wheels on the Tesla Model Y is unforgivable. And I don't know how it's so popular and so many people are happy with it. And so many people tolerate it.
Can I just say, it's probably because they haven't been driving an S-Class for the last 12 years.
Maybe.
And so they don't know any better. But people that have just been driving around in a Renault Clio and then they get in this Tesla, they're like, oh, this is really nice. They don't know any better.
Yeah, I get that. But
is that harsh?
The Model Y, ultimately, it's the packaging is phenomenal. There's nothing else that we looked at in that size that had the big boot with the extra storage, a decent sized front. You could comfortably sit 3 abreast in the back. It had amazing legroom front and back. The packaging was absolutely incredible.
What do you mean by the packaging?
It
just looked nice.
Together.
I'm like...
the space, the boot, the seats, how it's all packaged.
Okay.
So
It's just weird. When I think of packaging, I'm thinking of polystyrene and...
The footprint was the same on the Ioniq 5, but the Ioniq 5 has no way near as much space as the Model Y does. The Ioniq 5 has a lot of other things going for it, much better ride quality stuff. Tesla forgot the whole lot, especially on the 19-inch wheels. They've got no tyre sidewall left. They've got rock hard springs that might as well be welded in one piece. And then the seats are naff as well. I don't get it.
Yeah, I didn't like the headrests.
There's a lot of very happy people probably watching this video that love their Tesla Model Y.
And that's fine. Do you know what? We can't all love, red apples.
Yeah. They're getting that kind of SUV looks and they're getting the high driving position, but they're getting the ride quality and the suspension of absolutely lowered out Pimp My Ride max power mobile.
But then
I would have been happy with when I was 18, but I'm not 18 anymore,
exactly,
so I'm not accepting that.
But when we then test drove the one with the 18-inch wheels,
19-inch wheels.
19-inch wheels.
It was much better.
That was so much better. And we were so close because we had a really good test drive in it. We managed to get it overnight, which actually gave us a chance to really, really change the settings, play with the settings, find out what we really liked. Yeah. And I think we were almost sold on that one, but it wasn't until we, sat on it overnight and actually kind of realised it's a glorified toy.
I don't know. The other thing was, although of course the Model Y was a significant uplift in the budget of what we were looking for.
Yeah.
We could have. I mean, affording things is about making decisions, isn't it? And although we could have stretched ourselves and we could have spent the money on buying one, either a used one or even some of the new deals they were doing with 0% finance, we could have made those financially work for us, but we chose to spend our money elsewhere.
Yeah, you crunched the numbers and I trust you.
So, and I think you were a lot more comfortable at the well under 10 grand that we ended up on the MG5, and the MG5 is a way more comfortable and easy to drive car. It's the kind of car that anyone can just get in that MG5. You don't have to worry about all the interventions of the lane keeping assist and all the stuff you hated, especially on the Kona.
No, but the biggest thing actually for me, and this might sound really shallow, but actually it doesn't feel pretentious driving the MG. I don't.
It's like a slice of humble pie every time you get in.
Yeah, well, I'm just like, but I think there's some sort of ego that comes with a Tesla. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong and I've read the room wrong, but there's something about it that just felt like egotistical. I don't know.
They just wax lyrical about Tesla as the only car on the planet, and
it's a bit like people that have Apple products. And we're not Apple product people, so I don't know. We're just not in that category, are we? We're just not cool.
So
evangelical about lots of things.
That's true. Heat pumps for life.
Tell about us. Why doesn't everyone have them?
Yeah. I know you and I can both get very
passionate.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. We can get very passionate about things that we think are good.
No-brainers.
We could easily fall in the trap of being those people that we get a Tesla, we enjoy the savings, we might enjoy the simplicity of it, or whatever else people specifically enjoy about their Teslas, and we could certainly be those passionate evangelical Tesla fanboys. I could see that, and so I get what you're saying. Ultimately, the MG5 is it's just a really good basic car. Is it perfect? No, but is it incredible value for money?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%, and especially if for the kind of driving that we've mostly been doing, it's absolutely perfect for you getting to work, in and out of the city like we did today. It's just brilliant. It's just so easy to drive. Anyway, super low stress.
This isn't a review of the MG.
By the way, I've lost my other lavalier mic, so my wife has got one, and I'm rocking
old school.
Old school.
They don't care.
I got the dynamic microphone. Are you telling me that they don't care about what I'm saying?
Well, maybe if you're singing, they care.
This is all going in, by the way. I'm not cutting anything from this. It's going to be totally raw.
So cringy.
Yes, it is. It really is.
Right. Okay. So just the reason that you told me that we were making this video is we had to fast track it a bit because essentially I was coming home from work on my trusted little moped, my 150cc Peugeot Django. And I've gone a little overconfident, and I was leaning into a super duper corner, and my bike went in one direction and I went in another, and I hurt myself.
So you crashed, basically.
Yes.
You crashed.
Yes.
And you were very lucky that you didn't crash with another vehicle.
Yep.
And you didn't hit anything
Yep.
hard,
Yep.
apart from, of course, the road.
Myself.
And, using yourself as a skimming stone across the road.
Yeah, but I had all my bike gear on.
Yeah.
And luckily there was a little van behind me that stopped, saw what had happened. The driver was a biker, he said. He pulled over, put his hazards on, helped me pick up my bike, followed me all the way home.
Stalker. Yeah. No, they were helping.
Because whilst I still,
you were full of adrenaline.
Yeah, I was full of adrenaline, and I
pumped up and stuff.
Yeah, so they called you, gave you a bit of a scare, like I'm with your wife. She's come off her bike.
It was worse than that.
Okay.
They tried to call me. My phone was in the study. I was making dinner for the kids, expecting you to be home any time. I hear the phone ring, but I don't know. I had dirty hands or whatever. And then I go and grab my phone. By the time I grab my phone, all there's just a message. I should look up the message and read it. But it was like, I'm with your wife. She's had an accident. That's literally all it said in the text message that he'd sent me. And then I call him back and then managed to get some sense that you're okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking he's messaging
happened
because
quite quickly in my mind.
Yeah, but your mind defaults to the worst. I'm thinking, oh, she's been run over by a bus. She can't talk to me. She's in the back of an ambulance. It's like, why is this guy calling me? Why isn't she just calling me from her phone? It must be bad. I mean,
Can I just explain? The reason
out.
I didn't call you is because I keep my phone in the front zip of my backpack. And because I was in pain, it was difficult. I couldn't get my bag off to get to my phone to be able to call you easily.
Okay, anyway.
So I wasn't, anyway,
so
I get it, you're my race.
You went to A&E, you got stitches, you're okay now.
Yes, I had to take a couple of days off work.
Yeah, that's what matters.
And
so
then,
how does this relate to an EV then?
Okay, so we had already said that we wanted our next car to be an EV. We'd already started our research months ago. This wasn't suddenly like, we need another car. But
the primary use was to be a replacement for our Alhambra that was just a family car, weekend use, family trips.
Because my moped is my commuter. It's, one of the main reasons is because I don't want to add to traffic. It's really economical on fuel because it's one person just riding two ways.
And you love racing everyone.
Well, not anymore. Now I'm
too.
a proper cautious Carol.
Well,
I go around the corners like, don't lean, don't lean, don't lean.
This is where we insert the footage of you wheeling past the police on your moped.
I don't do that. That's an outright lie. This one, on the other hand, would.
There's no evidence of
and
that.
And then the police would pull him over and they'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, officer, I'm so sorry.
No, they're all my best mates, all the police. We go way back.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's another story for another time.
We didn't want to get a petrol or another diesel car for me to be able to do the commute. We still wanted to be green. That's, something that's really important to both of us. Because it's not just about saving money. It is about being more environmentally conscious.
Yeah.
And this is something that we have been trying for many years, in our little ways.
Yeah. Well, there are huge financial benefits, of course, but really for these kind of commutes, like your commute is, 13 miles each way, something like that.
I don't know,
These commutes are not sustainable to keep doing in petrol and diesel vehicles. They don't make any sense. Financially, they don't make any sense. And from the carbon emissions,
stop getting on your soapbox.
It's insane.
Okay.
I'm just saying for these kind of trips, these are the trips where EVs are absolutely perfect. Every day, even in our cheapo EV, you go to and from work and it uses 9% of the battery each day.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can easily do a week's worth of work and you've used less than half the battery.
Yeah.
So it's no big deal.
Yeah. Also, it was always part of our not long term, but our going forward plan.
It was always on the roadmap, but we brought it forward because you don't want to be riding your bike in the
wet
rain and the dangerous conditions that you have been.
Yeah.
And we were
Do you want to see my scar? There's my nice scar, how it's healing up nicely.
Try and zoom in on that. Maybe.
Sorry, should I go closer? Come closer. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to check to see if we can put gory pictures in, like when it was actually bleeding, because it was
me hobbling around because
it was a lot worse.
Weight on my leg.
Yeah, when we finally got your jacket off, the damage was a lot worse than I had anticipated. So a bit of a scare, of course, for you, but also a scare for me and a scare for the kids as well. It was a scare for the whole family. I've always got a spreadsheet.
Analysation and spreadsheets. If there's not a spreadsheet, it's not happening.
Do you know what?
Just about everything.
There needs to be one in every household. Someone that likes a spreadsheet.
If there's not someone in your household that likes a spreadsheet, you're doomed. You're absolutely doomed. How do you even live your life if you don't live life by spreadsheets? What is this world?
Well, either way, we've been looking at EV.
Yeah, exactly. We've been trying to get off burning the dinosaur juice for a while. I think people will pay more attention if you call it dino juice. I'm just saying.
Well,
did you know that your cars are powered by T-Rexes? And your car's a Velociraptor. Let's just wrap up by saying you had a crash. It was a shake-up.
People that love me don't want me to die.
Yep, exactly. So we decided to get an EV a lot sooner.
We could afford it.
It was cheap, and we're very happy with it. Is the car perfect? No. Can I overlook all of its quirks and some things that people would call flaws? 100%.
I'm hot, then I'm cold, and yes, then I'm no. And then I'm out.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be like the intro to the video now.
How invested are we in this particular EV? Yes, it's the one we've got for now, and we're liking it. But is there better out there? Yeah.
The value for money is brilliant, and one of the things that there's two things that I love about it more than anything else is the ride quality on it compared to almost every other modern car. It's like polar opposite ends. It feels like driving an old Mercedes from the 90s, and
like a little 190.
Yeah, it's like it's soft and floaty, and I just love that. It's so relaxing.
Like that.
It does. It really does. The second thing that I really love is it doesn't have all the driver intervention things.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't have the beepy beepy, the speed warning, the wiggle, the like keep in the center of your lanes, the emergency braking. That was, I think, the thing that put you off the new
Kona.
Hyundai Kona we test drove the most.
I was like, stop telling me how to drive.
Basic cruise control.
We're basic.
Don't have all that stuff. Thanks. We're basic.
There you go. Mic drop.
That's our outro. Thank you for watching. 99% of you won't leave a comment, and you won't subscribe, and you won't share this with anyone. And
that's okay.
Yeah, and it's totally understandable. But if you want to waste more of your precious minutes watching stuff like this, then you probably want to subscribe for more stuff. And if you give it a like or if you comment, then it helps the algorithm, the Alan Gore-rhythm, the Al Gore and his rhythm, to promote this further to other people. The rhythm of Al Gore. Al Gore loves talking about climate change. That's why it's his rhythm. Mm-hmm. Okay, shall I shut up now? Do you want to say goodbye?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, goodbye.